are saying the reign of terror in France, 1792 to 94. So we need to understand that the French Revolution started peaceful, but later it turned into the reign of terror. So we are challenging minds. What led to the reign of terror? So in this kind of arrangement, the anti-revolutionary activities of the immigrants, these were relatives and friends to the king, especially the nobles and the clergy. They were harbored in Austria. They were planning to come back and overthrow the revolutionary government. So this led to the reign of terror. How? What the revolutionary government did was to kill anybody who was supporting monarchism, to show the immigrants that we are the one in what? In control. And this led to the reign of terror. Then the death, we are saying the signing of the civil constitution of the clergy, 1790. I can say when the civil constitution of the clergy was signed, it decreased the privileges of the Catholic Church. Mind you, many people in France were Catholics. So the Catholic Church had so many supporters. Now what happened? By this time, the Catholic Church, people who supported the Catholic Church, started rising up against the revolutionary government. What the revolutionary government did was to kill, to show them that we are the one in control. And this led to the reign of terror. Period of great fear and suffering, where people lived in constant fear. Then the death of the moderate revolution leader, Mirabeau, April 1791. I can tell you, Mirabeau was the only man who could talk to the revolutionaries and tell them, don't kill the supporters of monarchism. He could tell the monarchists, don't kill the supporters of the revolution. But his death robbed France of an important citizen. So when Mirabeau died, this led to the reign of terror, period of great fear and suffering. Because by this time the revolutionaries started killing people without anyone stopping them. That's why Mirabeau said on his deathbed that I carry with me the last rags of the Bourbon monarchy. In other words, if I die today, the monarch is also going to die. Then the struggle for political power. We are saying that different political clubs, Jacobins Club, Girondins, wanted political power because every political club was formed to get political power. So they were fighting for power, and this led to the reign of terror. Because the supporters of Girondins were rising up against the supporters of Jacobins, and this led to constant fear. In the reign of terror, if you are not killed in the morning, you are to be killed in the evening. I can tell you that led to terror. Then the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen. Let me tell you when the rights were declared. It is this that led to the reign of terror. In the way that when people were given rights like freedom of worship, freedom of speech, they misused their rights. They started abusing leaders. What the leaders did was to kill, to show them that we are the one in what? In power. And this led to the reign of terror. So the more people were given rights, they misused their rights. Then the weakness of King Louis XVI, I can tell you, because the king was very weak, this led to the reign of terror. How? In the way that, since he was very weak, he was a man who could cry in heated debates. When the debate was so hot, people criticizing his government, he used to cry in the meetings. It is this that made people to believe that he was not a strong leader. And this gave chance to the rise of stubborn men to take power. Danton and Robespierre. These ones, their hobby was killing. And this led to a reign of terror. Period of great fear and suffering. If you saw someone coming, you had to kill that someone before he could kill you. I can tell you this happened. Then the execution of King Louis the 16th, 1793. I can tell you the year 1793 was not a normal year. Because in this year, Louis the 16th was executed. His head was put in a guillotine. The head was cut off. I can tell you, he was the main symbol of the monarchy. His death made his supporters to rise up against the revolutionary government. And what the revolutionary government did was to kill anybody who was supporting monarchism altogether. And this led to the reign of terror. Then the weakness of legislative assembly. Let me tell you, younger men took political power. They were driven with glory and ambitions. They wanted to prove that they are strong. So by this time, they ended up killing people to show that they had what? Power. Danton and Robespierre. You remember later Danton and Robespierre disagreed. Robespierre ordered the killing of Danton, but when Danton was going to be killed, he cast Robespierre. He said, infamous Robespierre, you'll soon follow me. He cast him. That's why later still people rose up against Robespierre. Then the activities of the Paris mob. This was a group of heartless youth. I don't know where they took their hearts. They were killing anybody who was not supporting the new government. And this led to the reign of terror. Because people lived in constant what? Fear. If you lived today, you were not sure whether tomorrow you are going to do what? To live. And this led to the reign of terror. Period of great fear and suffering. Period of great fear and what? And suffering. Then another key aspect, the flight of general, the worsening economic conditions. I can tell you, the worsening economic conditions led to the reign of terror. How? Because the economy was struggling. This gave chance to younger men who were inexperienced in politics, Danton and Robespierre, to get power. Because they promised to solve what? Problems.